Smart solutions. Add-on desires.
Hi, welcome to Untitled Solutions. I am Venkat Sheshareddy, Social Studies faculty. Now we have been discussing about the globe model of the Earth and making and reading of the maps. Now we are going to discuss the third lesson, that is landforms. While we are discussing about the globe model of Earth, we were introduced some concepts related with mountains, plateaus, plains, some different things we have introduced. What they are and how they formed, etc., etc., we will be discussing now. And how are they important for our life and how they will be impacting different people living on different places will be studied now. Okay, let's get into the topic. This is the physical map of India. What is a physical map? What is a political map? A physical map shows all the physical features on the surface of the earth or maybe a part of area. Okay, got it? Can you just please recall what we have discussed in the previous lesson? Physical map, political map and a thematic map. Small scale, large scale map. What is a small scale? A map that is showing a large area within a smaller map is known as the small scale map. And large scale means a large like a smaller area, relatively a smaller area is shown in the map. That may be a district map or maybe even a city map will be known as the large scale map, and small scale map is any wall map. These are the different types of maps we have, and based on the features that they will be discussing giving us will be divided into three different types: physical, political and thematic. Political map gives us all the human settlements and political boundaries of the states, districts or countries will be given in this political map. And physical map, all the plains, plateaus, mountain ranges, hills will be given in the physical map along with the rivers and water bodies. And thematic map means any particular theme, that may be what is the amount of rainfall that you receive in that particular area, or maybe what is the amount of insolation you receive, what are the different types of crops you produce, how much amount of like what is the number of population, or what is the density of population that is living in the country. These all the things will be given in the thematic map. Now we are going to discuss more about the physical features of the country. Now, as I already told you, Earth, when it was forming, it was a red hot ball, and while this red hot ball getting cooled down, what happened? The outer surface has become the solid, and within this, if this is the Earth, outer surface became the solid, and then interior of the Earth is divided into three parts. This is known as crust, mantle, and then this is core. Okay. Now, mantle is semi-solid. It is like a jelly. This crust is completely solid, and the core is divided into outer core and inner core. This is outer core. This is solid. Inner core is a liquid. This is how the entire earth is divided into. Why the upper layer became the solid? When you try to boil the milk and leave the milk for some time, then what will happen? The upper layer of it will be becoming the solid. If you just pinch this into upper layer, then it will be liquid below. Is it or not? And the same way here also, the upper layer of the earth or the surface of the earth became the solid. And have you observed that the thin layer that is formed over the milk became the solid is not a plain surface, which is a zigzag or maybe uneven surface that became. When it is compressing, what will happen is it will not be a plain smooth surface that will create, it will be leading to different heights and lows. And within those different heights and lows, we are divided this into different landforms. The first order landforms are continents and oceans. Continents and oceans. We all know that two-thirds amount of the earth surface is covered with water and one-third is covered with land. All the land part is known as continent. All the land parts are known as continents. We have divided these continents into 7 continents, and we have divided the ocean or the water part into 5 number of oceans. What they are, try to recall. We have discussed in the last lesson itself. Now once again you just try to recall them. What is that? Asia, Europe, North America, South America, Africa, Australia, Antarctica and Arctic. These are the continents we have. And then what are the oceans? Arctic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean. Some countries does not recognize Antarctica as a ocean, and some people recognize it Antarctica as the another ocean that we have. We have divided these first order landforms into 7 continents and other number of oceans. And after that, within the continents itself, this continent is not a plain surface. That continent is also giving us mountains, plateaus, plains or valleys, different levels of. Whenever you go out, maybe when there is a holidays for 5 days or 10 days, if you will try to visit some other maybe a distant relative who is there, if you are from Vijayawada, if you are from Hyderabad, and if you are going to visit some other place, or maybe you want to go to a beach, or maybe you want to go to a hill station, then what it will be the landscape? Landscape means how it is visualizing or visible to us is the landscape. Now how the landscape would be? At sometimes it will be up and then down and then a plain and then uneven surface. At some areas you will not be able to see even 100 meters or 200 meters ahead of you, because there may be curves, bends and downs, ups and then hills. Likewise many different things are there. And at some places you can even see as long as there is your eyesight, because that entire area is a plain surface. There is no ups and downs, right? This entire different features are formed over the surface of the earth. Mountains, plateaus and plains are called the second order landforms, right? Why? Because they are formed because of two different forces. One is endogenic forces and the other is exogenic forces. Endogenic force means if this is the earth, as this is entire area is a semi-solid and it is hot, if you go deep inside the earth, the temperature will increase. If you have ever been to any cave, then you will be able to get to know how the temperature increases, right? And as because this entire thing is the semi-solid and hot, this will be completely moving always, and the solid surface that is there lying over this semi-solid will be moved because of this internal movement of those materials, semi-solid material, and that causes movement of this crust, and that movement will be causing to produce the mountain ranges or maybe the plateaus. How you will be learning in the further classes that are going to come. But meanwhile, you remember up to this, the forces that are generated from inside the earth are called endogenic forces, and exogenic forces means the forces that are caused from outside the earth, that are from maybe atmosphere and sunshine and water. All these are causing some force on the surface of the earth, and they are modifying these landforms that are formed already, right? Now let us try to recall one more topic, that is maps and their colors. What are the different colors we used to mention different properties? Now there are some blue color lines that are drawn over here, and at some places only they are drawn particularly. What does it mean? These are the lines that are, and they are named also. This is Chambal, Banas, Betwa, Parvati, Yamuna, Ganga, Can you just try to recall what is Ganga? Ganga is a river, is it or not? And which is one of the biggest river we have in our country. Son, Ken, Betwa, and these are Gaggar, Kosi. There are different number of rivers that are joining into the main river, and they are flowing into, what is this? This is Bay of Bengal. What is the Bay of Bengal? Is it a freshwater lake? No, it is a saltwater body, and that we call it as a ocean or sea. Bay of Bengal is part of the Indian Ocean. That peninsular India is dividing or separating the Indian Ocean into two different parts in the northern hemisphere, and these two parts got different names. The western part is named as Arabian Sea, and the eastern part is called Bay of Bengal. Right? Now, these are the rivers that are flowing. Here are some like brown color patches are there here, and then here is some part of light yellow color. Here is a light green color is there, and then here it is a different color pattern that we have, thick brown to even white color. These are the different patterns we have here, also thick brown color. Now you please try to recall what is the meaning of yellow color, whether it is a desert or the plateau is indicated in yellow. So this entire area is a plateau, and here is the desert, and these are the green color areas. What is the green color indicating? Either a lowland or a plain or a forest. This entire area is a plain, Ganga plain, and this is a coastal plains that we have. Got it? And what are these brown color on the west side? These are the Western Ghats. What are these brown color patches that we have here in the east side? These are called Eastern Ghats, and you all know these Himalaya. These are the Himalayan ranges. These are the Himalayan ranges that are there in the north, northwest and northeastern side of our country. Got it? These are the different places and physical features that we have in our country. Now we are going to discuss about these features one by one. Right? Just try, not just about India, let us just try to have a look at the world as well. Is that only we have these features, our entire world is having these features? What is this? This is Greenland, and this is North America. Half of the North America is covered with rocky surface only. The thick brown color to yellow color, it is indicating the plateau and the mountains. And eastern part of the North America is a plain surface, and which is also having too many water bodies within that. Right? The South America, okay, the entire western part and up to middle, it is covered with Andes mountains. These are the Rockies mountains. The Rocky mountains are there in North America, and Andes mountains are there in South America. And eastern part of it is also indicated with the yellow color. This is called Brazilian highlands or the plateau. And there is a Amazon river. It is almost crisscrossing the equator, right? And then in the Africa also there are many Atlas mountains are there, Sahara desert is there, and then the Great Rift Valley, and eastern side there is a like plateau, and entire south of the Africa, not the South Africa, south of the Africa is a plateau, and South Africa is also the part of this plateau only. South Africa is here somewhere it is, okay? And then this entire area, this is our country. Here we are, and Himalayas is completely here, and then most of the China is plateau only, except on the eastern margin. The China is having enormous amount of plains. They are like helping them to produce maybe right from the agriculture goods to the industrial goods. And Russia, etc., all the different countries are having the different features on the surface of the earth. It is not a plain surface at any point. It is just only Europe, majority of the area is having plain area. And here it is again Scandinavian region or Norway is again having the mountains, right? In this way, here is Ural mountains. This is Atlas, this is Alps, Himalayas, Rockies, Andes. Try to remember all these mountain ranges and also the plateaus. Now we will be discussing about the different plateaus that we have and the different mountain ranges that we have in our country. Now, what are the different landforms we have? We are going to discuss about the landforms that are of three kinds: hills, plateaus and plains. These are the three landforms that we are going to discuss in our lesson now. Hills are having steep slope. Hills are having steep slope and having the conical peaks. Conical peaks. They are not having the flat surface above on the upper area. It is not like this. This is a different thing. It is having a conical peak. If you reverse your cone ice cream, then this is what the hill is, right? Or the mountain is. What is the difference between a mountain and a hill? It is just the difference of height. If the height of a conical peak that is having the steep slope and is having only limited amount of height, that may be 300 meter or 400 meter up to 600 meter, is known as hill, and if it is beyond that it is known as mountain. That's all, no other difference is there, right? Steep slope means what is, now try to represent in the diagrammatic format. What is the slope? This compared to this is the steep slope and this is the gentle slope, right? Let us assume two people are walking on a treadmill and this treadmill is like inclined like this for one person and it is a flat like this for other person. Then who will be facing it difficult? The person who is having the steep slope. And here it is even much steeper. The other slope is known as gentle, right? These are having the steep slope and conical peak. Steep slope and conical peak. In this hilly regions, generally the development of soil is very less. The development of the soil is very less. Why? Because whenever there is a wind, that soil will be eroded along with the wind. Whenever there is a rain and water will be coming down from the top of the hills, is it or not? While the water is coming down from the top of the mountain, what will happen? It brings down all the soil, and whenever you see that running water because of the rain, then what it will happen? It will be muddy. That many mineral solvents will be there within that, or dissolved, many minerals dissolved in that, and it may be similar to the kind of red. If it is the soil is red color, then the muddy color would be red only, and if it is a black color soil, then it would be black color water will be flowing. Understood? Now what does that mean? This is bringing down all the sand or soil from the top of the mountain to bottom. Then because of these two reasons, what it will happen? The development of soil is very less in the hilly regions and mountains. What are the different hills and mountains that we have in Telangana? We have Anantagiri hills and we have Balaghat range. We have Anantagiri hills, we have Balaghat range, and right from the northern part of Telangana, that is right from Adilabad, to southern part of Telangana, that is Mahbub Nagar. Most of the western part is covered with different hills and the plateau region.
Add-on solutions. Add-on design.